that they can be trained, they can have an opportunity to go and have education, and also this whole issue of PTSD. So I'm very concerned that some are suggesting that we make cuts in defense that could hurt the folks that served ours. Folks who serve for us when they come home, they shouldn't have to scramble to get the services that they deserve and earned.
Right. And that will be our last question for tonight. Each candidate will now have 1 minute, 30 seconds for a closing statement, beginning, Ms. Gillen, with you.
Thank you for this opportunity. This is really an important election. It's important because Montana only has one voice in the U.S. House, and we need to make sure that voice is experienced and effective, and it's going to speak strongly every day and work hard on behalf of Montana's hardworking families, our middle-class folks, to protect Social Security, to make sure that we do realistically get folks back to work for the jobs in the economy. Also, most importantly, as a woman, I want to make sure that women's health care and our right to choose is protected. And what better way to do that than to send a woman who has a track record, a proven track record of problem solving. As we close tonight, the contrast between myself, Mr. Daines, Mr. Kaiser should be very clear. I'll work for everyday Montanans, and I'll listen to different opinions, and I'll work across with Democrats and Republicans because the issues are too important to let this gridlock continue.
And Mr. Kaiser, your final words.
Government is broken. We have two candidates. I like to kind of use analogies. If you've got a termite problem, do you sit down and talk with the termites, or do you get an exterminator? And I think if we send either one of these two candidates to Washington, it's like sending the termites to negotiate with the termites. So what you need to do is send a terminator. I'd like you to go to voteforyou.us. That's VOTE, the number 4, YOU.us. Check out my campaign. You're going to find it exceptionally unique, where I'd like to engage you, the voter, to be involved in the decision makings well beyond November 6th.
And Mr. Daines.
Well, thank you tonight for a great event, Sherry, and Ed, appreciate it. We spent the last couple of years traveling all over the state. Have been to all 56 of Montana's counties. I've literally been from Alzada to Yak. They say when you run for statewide office in Montana, you got to get to Alzada, you got to get to Yak, and we've been to both there, traveling around our pickup. As we listen to the concerns of Montanans, and I've never seen Montanans so engaged as they are right now, concerned about the future of this country. There's 3 themes that we hear. One is jobs and getting this economy back on track. The second is regulations, and it fits right into the jobs piece, as we saw what happened with PPL and the plant there in Yellowstone County, losing 35 jobs. They're mothballing that because of regulations. And third is the exploding debt. We're sitting on $16 trillion of debt that now is equal to our GDP. I was at the Billings Fair about a month ago, and I ran into a cowboy from Brockton, Montana. He was 86 years old. He came up and shook my hand. He said, "Steve, I served in World War II. I guarded German soldiers, and I have never been so concerned for my country in my life," as tears welled up in his eyes. That showed me the passion that Montanans have about this election. We need to be sure that we send individuals back to Washington who put the concerns of the next generation as a higher priority than the concerns for the next election, which I think characterizes Washington today. Thank you.
And Mr. Daines, Ms. Gillen, Mr. Kaiser, thank you all so very much for joining us this evening. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, our debate concludes for the evening. Again, our thanks to the candidates for their participation. I'm Edward O'Brien.
I'm Sherry Devlin.
And we thank you very much for spending part of your evening with us. We now open the floor for analysis.
And welcome to our post-debate analysis.